The flag was for illegal defense on the Marshalls, but it doesn't matter as the ball was fumbled into the end zone and recovered in the end zone. And by CIF rules, since it's not fourth down, it can be recovered in the end zone. So Braden Mintz, for being in the right place at the right time, gets another touchdown. Interested to see how that gets ruled officially. Looks like the Bandits are going for a three-point play here from the 5-yard line. Wilson with a pitch out to Prohaska, cuts back inside, runs through a couple defenders. He stood up at the line to gain, but he gets into the end zone. Big push from the big boys of the Bandits. You can put 3 more up on the scoreboard for the Bandits, but there's a lot of laundry on the field. Looks like my laundry room back home. I got to do a little bit of laundry when I get home this weekend. As it stands, I count 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 Fleet Farm penalty flags. We'll see exactly what the calls are. If everything offsets and they count the touchdown, 3 more points on the board for the Bandits for some tough running from Drew Prohaska and a big shove, a big push from those bulldozer of men on the offensive line. It was a legal defense on the Marshalls. 3-point try is good for the Bandits. 69-34. Nice way to start the CIF season for the Bandits here as they lead 69-34. 35-point advantage. 13:57 still to go in this game. Salina Liberty beat the Topeka Tropics 75-45 earlier today. Look at the Bandits are trying to outscore the Liberty in this game. And the Bandits defense has stood tall for a majority of this second half. It was a shaky start for the Bandits. They went down 12-0 early on. Miscommunications. Miscommunications on offense as the offense was trying to get back set with Taz Wilson, who signed just a couple of days ago, just kind of getting that rhythm. Talked about early on in this game, establishing that rhythm was going to be big for Taz Wilson. Did not have a rhythm on that first drive that ended in interception. But since then, slowly but surely, you can see it drive to drive. This team's getting into form. And that'd be carrying a lot of momentum into their meeting with the defending CIF champions, the Salina Liberty, next week right here inside the Tyson Event Center. High end over and kick from Mintz received by Levon Macon, who has some space down the right side. Popped by Braden Mintz at the 18-yard line. That's one good thing about having Braden Mintz do your kicking. Your kicker's not afraid to hit as he plays linebacker, plays wide receiver. He played a little bit of running back last week. He's been an emergency quarterback in the past. I've made the joke before that he probably drives the bus to road games as well. He's a Swiss Army knife. He does it all for the team. He has a good connection with the fans, too. Tyrone Jones in the shotgun. Kevin Chisholm, Demetrius Davis in the backfield behind him. Both of them now in motion to the right side. Jones takes the snap, fires quickly over the middle of the field. Bird mix with the catch. He's pushed up along the boards. Xavier Spann is there. Tackle's going to get credited to Jeremy Costa, though, as he's the one that forced him against the boards. 13 minutes and counting remaining in this one. Bandits lead by 35 as your score is 69-34. Ball gets broken here for the Marshalls. Shotgun formation once again. Now empty set as he motions both men out of the backfield, does Jones. Jones forced to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to scramble. Tries to get around a Cal Beard, but he's brought down, kind of dragged down awkwardly. Clean tackle, though, from Beard. Tyrone Jones pops right back up, brings up second down inside the red zone. There's the Powerball Red Zone here, presented to you by the Iowa Lottery. Marshall's trying to answer a couple scoring drives from the Bandits. Currently sits 69-34. Got the box formation once again for the Marshalls. Davis and Chisholm behind the quarterback, Jones, and the running back, Levon Macon. They both motion out left side. They'll flip pass to Macon left side. He stumbles and falls down. There's going to be a push after the play, potentially, as a flag flies. It's a Fleet Farm penalty flag. See what the exact ruling is. There was a Bandits player that got pushed down after the whistle blew. As a unsportsmanlike conduct on number 50 for Rapid City. That's Justin Calderon, the offensive lineman out of Chadron State. That's going to march the Marshalls back to the 24-yard line of the Bandits, basically to the midfield stripe. Jones takes the snap, fakes the pitch out right side, forces a step up in the pocket, breaks a tackle attempt. Now ball's on the ground. Ball is loose and it's fumbling around. It's now recovered by the Rapid City offense. The ball ricocheted off of a couple players as Jones tried to pitch it to Macon. It was a little too low and off the hands of Macon. Recovered, though, by the Marshalls. They maintain possession. It's 4th and long, though. They got to get to the 5-yard line for a fresh set of downs. They're currently on the Bandits' 23. 4th and 18. Check that 19. They're on the 24. Jones in the shotgun formation once again. Motions the receivers out wide to the left. Forced to break away. No, doesn't get away. Dejon Emery, his 3rd sack of the game for the reigning, defending, undisputed CIF defensive MVP from last season. On a night when John Jones is returning to the octagon in the UFC, the biggest return of a champion seems to be Dejon Emery, the league MVP for the defensive MVP of the league last season. 1st and 10 Bandits as the offense steps out onto the field, going from the Marshalls 17-yard line. Thank you for joining us tonight on the CIF Network on YouTube. I've been informed there's been a few issues with the live stream off and on, but I'd like to thank you for sticking through it and joining us here for Sioux City Bandits football as they lead 69-34. Snap to Wilson. Linwood Joyner, who's inactive today, did see him in warm-ups with a boot on his right foot. Just handed a little Bandits flag to a young fan who's sitting behind the Bandits bench. That's why this mantra for the Bandits of bigger than football is more than just a mantra. It is a way to present yourself and accumulate yourself, acclimate yourself into the community. Young fans who sitting having fun on a weekend, just got out of a long week of school, and there's nothing better than watching the Bandits play on a Saturday night. It's a great way to spend your Saturday after a long week at work, too, for the adults out there. It's a great time for everybody, all ages, whether you're 9, whether you're 90. It's fun to spend time out here. Sioux City, Iowa, with the Sioux City Bandits inside Fleet Farm Arena within the Tyson Event Center. Taz Wilson breaking the huddle. There's 13 seconds still to go on the play clock as he gets up to the line of scrimmage. Going under center, Bruno and Shepard in motion. They'll pitch out to Drew Prohaska. Prohaska spin move inside the 15, brought down by a couple Marshalls. The ball was out. It's picked up by a Marshalls player, but the whistles were blown long before the ball got picked up. I think they were going to rule him down by contact out of bounds with the board. This game Bandits lead by 35, knocking on the door of more points. Down here and 7 to go for the Bandits. Prohaska, the deep back. Bruno and Shepard in motion. Play action for Wilson. Fires right side of the end zone. Has Brandon Shepard. He's getting one arm pinned behind him, and it doesn't matter. He's a one-armed man in a pass-catching contest, and I still take Brandon Shepard 7 days out of the week and twice on Sunday. 6 more on the board for the Sioux City Bandits as they lead 75-34. What a catch by Brandon Shepard, and what a find by Taz Wilson. What a pickup by the Bandits organization to get that man in here to play quarterback. Looks like the Bandits are going to kick the extra point here. First time we've seen this tonight. Braden Mintz kicked extra points in the non-league opener last week. Went 5 for 7 on extra point attempts. We'll see what he does here. Taz Wilson will be the holder. Hold is down. Kick is up. Wide to the left for Braden Mintz. 75-34 is your score as the Bandits become the second team so far today to score 75 points in a CIF game. $7:30 to go in this one. And I think Taz Wilson has endeared himself to the locals. He's also put the rest of the league on notice. So we take a look at his stats on the day here. Wait for them to load in. 7 for 12 passing, has 108 yards, 6 passing touchdowns for Taz Wilson. Does have the 1 interception on the opening drive. He also has 11 yards rushing and a touchdown on the ground. It's been the Braden Mintz show in the receiving game. 4 catches, 65 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Mintz. 2 catches for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns for Brandon Shepard. So he's doing that thing he did last year where it seems like every time he touches the ball, it goes for 6. He's currently 3 for 3 on it this year in the receiving game. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns through the first 2 weeks of the season. Fred Bruno also has a touchdown catch of 17 yards today. That was his lone reception of the game as Mintz. Short run up, high, end over end kick, received by Chisholm at the goal line. Trying to cut left side, find an opening, gets away from Zach Slugger, puts a shoulder down, trucks his way to the 17-18 yard line, and that's where the Marshalls will set up shop for 1st and 10. 41-point ball game here in Sioux City as the Bandits lead 75-34. I see Claude Davis, Devin Bridges down there on the field on the defense, Aussie Tapua, Xavier Spann, Carlton Watkins, Brandon Wright, Jeremy Costa, and Zach Slugger. That's your defense for the Bandits as they line up here. Tyrone Jones still in at quarterback for the Marshalls. Motions Kevin Chisholm and Demetrius Davis out of the backfield. He's looking deep down the field is Jones. He has Demetrius Davis. High pointed in the back of the end zone, though, by Carlton Watkins for the pick. He steps out of the end zone, gets past the 5, breaks a tackle. Now past the 10, has some blockers, cutting into the middle of the field. Trying to find space, spin move past the half-field line. Inside the 15, Carlton Watkins. What a return, what a play. What a day for the Sioux City Bandits as they are opening the CIS season in style. 75-34, and what an acrobatic play by Carlton Watkins. High pointing that ball in the end zone. And then with a sweet feed on the return, a couple spin moves, a couple jukes, a stiff arm, got some blocks, and he gets to the 15-14 yard line. Bandits set up 1st and 10 at the Marshalls 14. Carlton Watkins hyped up on the sideline. Flexing, yelling, getting pats on the back from his teammates. All of them deserved. What a play from Carlton Watkins. Watkins, a 5'10", 175-pound defensive back out of Tiffin University. Did have 1 tackle and 1 interception in last week's game, so now it's 2 picks for him on the season. Down on the field. Wilson sends his men to the line, takes a snap, now forced to roll to his right, fires back at the end zone. Braden Mines is there, but the pass is broken up by the defense. That's Corey Tucker from Mid-America Nazarene University, 6'2", 200-pound defensive back. Was able to get a hand on that one and knock it out of bounds. But there is a flag on the field. It's a Fleet Farm penalty flag. We'll see who it's against. Penalty is going to go against the Bandits. It's going to march them back to their own 21-yard line. They got to get to the Marshalls 4 for a first down. Second and 25 here for the Bandits. See what Taz Wilson has up his sleeve. Braden Mines, Brandon Shepard split out wide to the left. They're going to be the receivers in motion. Prohaska in the backfield in the right hip pocket of Wilson. Fred Bruno lined up on the line of scrimmage, wide receiver right. Wilson looking deep down the field, has Braden Mines double covered, almost goes up and over. He does. I think the ball was too far, though, as Mines went up and over. There's a cart of drinks and a lot of fans right there where Braden Mines went up and over the wall. I think one of those fans might have been hurt on the play, which is something you never want to see. Mines made the effort to go up and get over the wall and get that ball. Defensive coordinator Marlon Loban over there talking to people in the area. You see Braden Mines looked a little shaken up by what happened. This is a situation I've never had to be a part of. Calling games all last season for the Bandits and here early this season. It's a situation I don't think anyone ever wants to be a part of. 4:32 to go currently in the fourth quarter. 75-34, the Bandits lead. I'm going to go off mic here for a minute here on the CIF network. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back for the conclusion of this game shortly. Just personally don't feel I have much to talk about until I get an idea of what's going on over there. Some things are bigger than football. We'll be back here as soon as we can on the CIF network. Bandits lead 75-34 over the Marshalls. Welcome back in here on the CIF Network. I'm Braden Butler. If you're wondering what the delay in action is, there was a collision between a couple players and a fan when a couple players went over the wall in the back of the end zone. It seems the fan is currently being attended to by medical personnel, and we'll resume the game, or coverage of the game, as soon as everything's taken care of there. So thank you for joining us tonight on the CIF Network. Thank you for sticking with us through this. 4:32 still to go in this one, and hopefully we'll have the conclusion of that as soon as everything is checked and okay. Welcome back here on the CIF Network. My name is Braden Butler. The fan in question who was injured when a couple players went over the boards over one of the end zones has been taken care of by medical professionals. They've been taken out of the facility. Hope everything's going okay with them and any information we might be able to get. We still have 4 minutes and 32 seconds in this ball game left to play between the Bandits and 25 for the Bandits. The game, our first play back from the break, so we got a false start on the Bandits. It's a Fleet Farm penalty flag. Daniel Small didn't snap the ball. Miscommunication on the snap count potentially there for Small. Backs the Bandits up 5 more yards. It brings up 3rd and 30 from their own 16. Taz Wilson in at quarterback. signed earlier this week, has had himself a phenomenal game at the quarterback position. Brandon Shepard split out wide to the right on the line of scrimmage. Braden Mintz, wide receiver to the right in motion. Fred Bruno, wide receiver. Bandits look to be going for it here. The clock is running, 3:45 and counting to go in this one. Taz Wilson in the shotgun once again. Drew Prohaska on his right hip pocket. All three receivers, Mintz, Shepard, and Wilson takes the snap, fires over the middle. Braden Mintz slips down, gets inside the 5, doesn't get a touchdown, but he does get the first down. To bring up 1st and goal inside the Powerball Red Zone, brought to you by the Iowa Lottery. At the 2-yard line for the Bandits as they try to put 6 more points in the score column. We'll have a brief post-game report here on the CIF Network to break down. Bandits do lead in this one, 75-34 with 2:25 and counting remaining. Wilson in the shotgun, Bruno and Mintz in motion. Wilson takes the snap, pitches it out to Prohaska left side, chopped down at the 5-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 4. Scratch that, loss of 3. He was able to stretch to the 4. Bring up a 2nd and goal from the 4. What a debut it's been for that man, Taz Wilson, jogging back into the huddle, giving the play to his guys. Fred Bruno split out wide to the right. He'll be in motion. Braden Mintz out wide to the left. He'll be in motion as well. Prohaska the deep back. Shepard on the line of scrimmage. Wide receiver slot left. Wilson's going to go under center here. Send his men in motion, take the snap, fake the handoff, rolling out to his right. Supposed to lob it to the back of the end zone. Ball goes up and over the wall in the back of the end zone. Be incomplete, out of bounds. Bring up 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Clock's winding down here. We're going to get the 1-minute warning here shortly. There it is, 1-minute warning here in the 4th quarter. Normal football timing rules from here on out as the Bandits lead by 41, 75-34. Your score here from Fleet Farm Arena inside the Tyson Event Center. I'm Braden Butler. You're watching Sioux City Bandits football on the CIF Network. Couple big stats to take a look at on the team side of things. Rapid City Marshalls have spent most of the time of this game with the ball in their possession. 33 minutes and 39 seconds of possession for the Marshalls. The Bandits have done more in their time with the ball. 19 minutes. They'll have 10 penalties against them for 82 total yards. The Bandits only 3 for 25. Wilson breaks the huddle as we come out of the 1-minute warning. Taz Wilson's going to line up under center. Prohaska the deep back. Mintz and Shepard out wide to the right. Bruno to the left. Mintz and Bruno going to be the men in motion. Wilson sends his men to the line. Handoff up the middle to Drew Prohaska. Fumbled away. It's picked up by the Rapid City Marshalls. Prohaska's trying to rip it back out of the hands of Stewart. He can't get it. Tanner Stewart recovers the fumble there for the Marshalls. He's going to give Rapid City possession of the ball inside their 5-yard line. 1st and 10 Marshalls at their 5-yard line. 53 seconds remaining in this one. We're going to see Nick Ehlers come into the game at quarterback for the Rapid City Marshalls. Ehlers, wearing number 5. It's his first live game snaps. He's going to be in the shotgun. Levon Macon on his right. Davis and Chisholm in motion out of the backfield. And 11. 40 seconds and counting. Make it 37 in the 4th quarter. 30 seconds remaining on the play clock. One more play will be run here. Well, very well could be the last play of the game. Ayler's in the shotgun, making on his right hip pocket. Chisholm and Davis in motion out of the backfield. Handoff up the middle to Macon. He's wrapped up in the backfield and brought down. Devin Bridges with his TFL on the day. The former Villanova Wildcat getting a big tackle there, and that will do it for this ball game. The Bandits take an emphatic 75-34 victory in this game. Do a brief post-game show here. We're going to go right into it on the CIF Network. Thank you for joining me this evening. I am Braden Butler. The Marshalls on offense. Tyrone Jones, the starting quarterback, went 9 for 21 passing for 79 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also ran the ball 19 times for 124 yards, 6.5 yards per carry, and 4 touchdowns there. Cheyenne Bird Mix had 5 catches for 51 yards to lead the Marshalls. Levon Macon had 4 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown, and player of the game. What a debut it was for Taz Wilson. 9 for 17 passing, 140 yards through the air, 6 touchdown passes, only 1 interception on the first possession of the game. He also had 10 yards on the ground, for a touchdown as well. Fred Bruno also had a rushing touchdown of the game, 1 carry for 2 yards. Braden Mintz was the leading receiver, 5 catches, 79 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Brandon Shepard had 2 more catches for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. Fred Bruno had 1 catch for 17 yards and a touchdown.